Welcome back to Unknown and Talented. My name is Jelan Abrams, and today I'm going to share 6 simple habits to make you dominate this year. So, we're all trying to make a change for 2025, and I just want to let you know it's not going to be hard. It's very simple. Just making minor tweaks to your day to day life is going to make such a big difference. So, your first habit you want to build to be able to dominate this year is to limit your screen time. This thing right here is going to ruin you. If you're not actually monitoring how much time you're spending on here, you're going to be wasting a lot of your life because time is the most valuable asset we have. So using all your time on this, which is not going to be able to help you progress and be able to help you achieve your goals, you're just wasting time. Because if you think about it, right, the most thing we do most of the time is going to be social media. When you're scrolling on social media, that thing is an endless scroll. So you're scrolling, laughing. They're going to show you all things that you enjoy to keep you plugged in. They have calculations that they did to make sure each person that's on here stays hooked as long as they can. So they know, oh, you're on this thing for a little while. Okay, we're going to show you a bunch of stuff like that. You know what I mean? You might not click it, you might not save, you might not know nothing, but they understand if you spend time watching a certain thing, they're going to show it to you. So if you're into dogs and every time you scroll and you see all these dog videos, it's because they know that you spend a lot of time on here. If you like inappropriate things, you like people fighting and stuff like that, they're going to show you what you enjoy. So without you liking it, that's why they say the algorithm, because the algorithm is smart because they're able to study you, know what you like, show you what they want to show you the ads they want to show you. So you want to make sure that you limit this time. And I know, yes, you're a content creator. You got to be on social media. Make sure everybody knows you're a content creator. You're networking. This is how you talk to your family members. I understand that, but you want to make sure that you limit it. I didn't say get rid of it because that's kind of close to impossible with the way we live life now. You can find the weather on social media, find the news on social media, what's going on in politics, all that stuff's in social media. But what we want to do is we want to actually limit that. So one thing that I do that helps me control how much time I'm spending on social media, I set limits. So if you have an iPhone, you can go into the screen time app portion of it. And for me, I actually put the screen time app on my actual phone. So you can actually add a widget where you can see how much time you're spending on the phone. So while I'm scrolling throughout the day, I always want to check how much time have I spent on this thing today. If I'm at like 2 hours, 3 hours, I'm putting the phone down for the day because that's way too much time. So I will also suggest get the widget so you can see how much time you're spending. They also, at the end of the week, they're going to tell you how much time you've been spending on your phone, how much screen time. And you look at that thing, it's like 5, 6 hours a day. You got a problem. You know what I mean? So you're like, all right, well, I need to chill out on this thing. But basically what I do though, I set limits. So especially for social media, I set about an hour and a half because I feel like that's reasonable. That might even be too much, but for me right now, hour and a half a day. And then what I started doing on the weekends, I started just cutting off social media. So basically Saturday and Sundays, I'm not on social media at all. I have a limit of 1 minute. So if I scroll on here, 1 minute, they're like, all right, that time's up. So that's all the time I have for the weekends. During the week, hour and a half. And I also shut off my phone from 7, actually it's on. So I keep my phone on from 7 o'clock to around 8:30, 9 o'clock is when I'm actually able to use any kind of social media. So after that time, before that time, I can't use any social media. So it's legit just like a dedicated time because social media actually does more damage than good. It kind of messes with your mindset. So when you're out here scrolling and you see the highlights of everyone's life and how successful they are, they just got a promotion, they just got a car, they just got a house, they just got engaged, they just got married, they just got pregnant. You see all these things on social media and it's like, yo, I want that. That's what I want. I want a house. I want a car. You see all these things and you thinking that these people's lives are perfect, but it's a highlight reel. So if I don't know if you're into sports, I love sports, but I just love watching the highlights. So I'm not watching a full game. I'm just on YouTube seeing how the game was. And you say, man, Curry was going crazy. Man, this guy went crazy. And it's just because of the highlights. The highlights make everybody look good. But that full game, they weren't doing great in that full game. If you was in a basketball season, right? Let's say back in your day when you was nice at basketball, everybody wasn't nice. But back in your day when you used to play basketball, you probably score, let's say you score like 10 points in the entire season, right? They gonna make those 10 points look really good in a highlight reel. You're like, oh man, I didn't know you had all that. But you know what I mean? It's not the full picture. So when you actually are spending your time in that, you're subconsciously thinking about how bad your life is compared to everybody's highlights, and that's not good for your mental. So I would definitely say lower that screen time. That's going to be a habit to help you progress because you're not always thinking about other people. You're able to be more productive with your time because time is very valuable and you're just able to do more. So that's the one thing I think you should really focus on without, even if you don't do anything else on this list, cut down your screen time. It's very valuable. You're going to see a big change in your life. The second thing you can do to make sure you dominate this new year is wake up earlier and just a little bit earlier. I'm not telling you to wake up an hour earlier than you usually do, 2 hours earlier than you usually do, wake up at 4 o'clock like I do. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you this, just go back 30 minutes, go back 15 minutes, then you actually wake up. Usually it's going to help you so much to be less stressed because we don't want to start our day off coming from a stressful point of view. Because have you ever woke up late and you're like, man, I gotta hurry up and get to work. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. You're stressed out, and then your full day is just stressed because you're like, man, I got to work late. You know, you got to the meeting late. You might, you know, I mean, that's too much things to think about trying to rush and get to work. So I always say, wake up 15 minutes earlier, 30 minutes earlier. So now you're in a habit of getting more time. So now you're a little more productive in that time. You're able to do a little more. I always say you want to get a morning routine. So that morning routine might have journaling when you wake up in the morning. The morning routine might have praying. You might be able to get a slight workout in. You might be able to make breakfast if you don't make breakfast. Put on your face. Do all these little things that you're not able to do before because you gave yourself a little extra time to do these things. Me, for example, I wake up early. I wake up too early, but I'm able to do so much with my day because I'm working 9 to 5. By the time I get off from work, I don't feel like doing anything. I just feel like just curling up on the couch, watching TV, hanging out with my wife, and that's it. That's the only thing I try to do once I get off at work. So what I like to do is to wake up early so I can be productive. So I'm waking up early. My first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pray. I'm going to start my day off with prayer. Then I'm going to start journaling. Journaling, I love journaling. If you don't have a journal, pick yourself up a journal. But I love journaling because basically what you can do is just like anything you're thinking about, any stress or anything, you just writing all that stuff down. And I also love doing what I recently started picking up as a gratitude journal. Just being thankful, just writing everything that you're thankful for. And it just helps you get through the day because you're not thinking it from a stress level of what you lack because we're on that social media all day. So we're not thinking of it from a place of lack. We're thinking of it from what we have. Being grateful that you have your health, that you're able to get up and walk, that you're able to do so much things that are very small that we might take for granted. That journal is going to help you remember that and keep you in a positive mindset to start your day. Because how you start your day is how your day is going to go. If your day is not filled with peace, you're not going to have a peaceful day. If it's filled with stress and rushing and trying to just run out the house and do things quick, you're not going to have a productive day. So then after I do my prayer, my journaling, some days I go into the gym. Other days I will do some editing because this is the time nobody's up. Everybody's sleeping. There's no distractions. So I'm able to be locked in focused. I know some people like, oh, I'm a night owl instead of an early bird. It's okay if you're a night owl, that's fine. But I just love the early bird is because it's peaceful. At nighttime, I'm on the East Coast, 12 o'clock. It's still 9 o'clock in LA time. You know what I mean? So people are up. People could be still texting you. People can still contact you on social media. It's too much accessibility at that point. I just really want to be by myself, peaceful, able to get stuff done with no distractions whatsoever. So I love waking up early because a lot of people don't. You hear the early bird gets the worm. That's my thing. I'm competitive. If I was a bird, I would get all the worms outside because I'm competitive. Y'all not gonna be up as early as I am to be able to get them worms because I'm competitive. If we gotta wake up early to eat, come on, can you think about it? Think about it. Birds have to wake up to eat. If they wake up late, the other birds ate all the food. It's about survival. And I think that's what you have to think about when you out here sleeping in. It's about survive. How bad do you want to survive? I remember watching, I'm getting off topic right now, but it's okay. I remember watching The Pursuit of Happiness, right? It was survival for him to be able to get into that office and to be able to get that job. He had no money to the point where he had to run out of a taxi because he was just trying to survive. And then you're in your cozy bed, just sleeping away when you can be able to get up and be productive. So think about that. Think about that. Before you go to bed, think about how productive you can be the next day by actually going to bed early. And that's actually where it actually starts. So I know I said wake up early, but it starts off with a good night routine. Put that phone up because if you're on your phone right before you go to bed, it makes it very hard to fall asleep because your mind is still moving. I think they call it something about blue light keeps you up. If you have a TV in your bedroom, take that TV out. You don't need no TV in your bedroom. Take that TV out. That's going to keep you up all night doing nonsense, watching Netflix. If I had a TV in my room, I wouldn't even have a podcast because I'll be up all day just scrolling on. You don't need no TV in your bedroom. Take it out. Take it out. Put it in the living room. You don't need that. I'm getting off topic. But yeah, it all starts with your nighttime routine. It's how you actually go to bed. So pretty much after if you go to bed at a good time, you're able to wake up, have a great day. But if you're up late, now it just starts your next day off bad. So just think about that. Like I said, slight change to your day, 15, 30 minutes will give you so much time to do so much more. So the third simple habit to make sure you dominate this year is to have a fitness routine. Health is wealth. I know that's something you probably heard a million times, but it's true. Because if you think about it, it don't matter how much money you have. If you're not able to physically enjoy it, it doesn't matter. You have all this money in your bank. You want to go to Disney World. You can't go to Disney World because you're not healthy. You're going to be in a hospital bed with all the money in the world. You don't want that. You don't want to just be dishing out all the money you have to medical bills because you didn't take your health seriously when you were younger. Okay, so I don't care how old you are. If you're able to walk, you're able to do some kind of physical activity to make sure you stay as healthy as long as possible. So I'm a big fan of going to the gym. I love going to the gym, and it really changed my life because it changed my confidence. When I was going to the gym, I was really a small guy. I know y'all probably looking at me now like, man, you wasn't never small. Yes, I was. I was small at one point in my life. But when I went to the gym, I was just this small guy. They always used to say bird chest growing up. And it's like the crazy thing about it is like a lot of people will get like fat shame because they're fat, but people don't talk about like someone being skinny and being talked about because you're skinny. It might not be, you might not say, oh, that's not the same thing. It's not, it kind of is. It's because every day you wake up now, somebody say, oh, you're so skinny, so skinny. We can't really do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like we really can't do nothing about it but go to the gym. So we're not in that mindset of doing that or eating more food. We're going to be skinny. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's kind of hard to control. But I kept hearing that you're so skinny, bird chest, bird, and I wanted to do something different. I wanted to have confidence. I wanted to walk in a room instead of everybody saying, "Oh man, he got a bird chest. Oh, he's so skinny." I didn't want to hear that. I wanted to say, "Oh man, who is that? Okay, okay, he work out," and that's what happened to me. I was able to get into the gym, eat more, and it helped me out with my confidence. So now I walk in a room with confidence, respect. People wanted to know who is that. And that's the same thing you can do. You don't have to be a super big bodybuilder, but being able to go in the gym and being able to push through pain is going to help you build confidence so you can actually be able to achieve things you want to achieve. You don't got to be a bodybuilder. You don't got to be the best fitness person in the world, but it's going to help you in your mindset. It's going to help you give you the energy to be able to do the things you want to do. It's going to help you to get the energy to be able to wake up early because you're not tired because you've just been lazy and you haven't been active. It helps you from being hurt all the time. You ever had like one of your friends say, "Hey man, can you help me move?" The day after you help somebody move, your body is in so much pain because you're not used to being active. You're not used to lifting, bending. You're lifting the wrong way. You're lifting with your back, not your legs. You ever stop, don't lift with your back. You'll hurt yourself. If you're working out, you already practiced lifting with your legs, so you're not going to be doing stuff like that. So it's just like it's little things. It's not a lot. You don't got to start off with the gym. They got videos on YouTube. You can start in your house, privacy of your house. You don't got to waste any money. Press it. You could buy dumbbells. You could buy resistant bands. You can buy, what else can you buy? What else can you buy? Yoga mat. It's so many things that you can get. And you can just do it in your house. You can just start, and the better and better you get, and the weights are too small at home, then you can get a gym membership. But start at home. It's going to help you out so much. Mentally, it's going to help you out. And that's very important, your mental. If you don't have a strong mental, it don't matter what I say in this video, because without that strong mental, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. And then this is just a bonus. I didn't even have this in my notes, but you want to make sure you're taking care of yourself physically. So I spoke about working out to making sure you feel confident and everything like that. But as you do this, start dressing better. Start buying new clothes. This is a new year, right? New year, new me. Start buying new clothes. Try different colors. You don't got to do the same thing all the time. Because and I'm not telling you to go expensive. I'm not saying you get the new Louis, get the Gucci. I'm not telling you to do that. Go to the discount stores, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington. Find clothes that fit, different colors that are new. Popping tags make you feel good. Going outside with a fresh shirt instead of a shirt all wrinkled up, it makes you feel good. Like right now, I'm decent. I got a little shirt on. I'm in my house. I'm chill. I didn't have to put on real clothes. On the bottom half of me is shorts. But I'm just saying, when you dress up, you feel good. I got my wedding ring on. I got a watch. And to be honest with you, this watch hasn't been ticking for like over a year. But I wear it because it makes me feel good. Y'all can't even see it. Y'all can't even see the watch. The watch is hidden under here. But I wear it to make myself feel good. I got this chain, not expensive chain at all. It makes me feel good. So you want to make sure you feel good. When you look good, you do good. So working out is going to help you a lot with your confidence, but also buy new clothes. Make sure you look good. New underwear, new socks. Don't be wearing them holy socks. I know nobody can see them. You don't need to be wearing holy socks. My mom always told me, if anything ever happens to you and people have to take your shoes off, they're going to see your holy socks, and the first person they're going to be looking at is her. You're like, people not going to look at my child like that. So get some new socks, new underwear, new undershirts. New everything. Is a new year. Throw all that old stuff away. And I'm not telling you to break the bank. Discount stores, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Amazon got stuff too, but you're going to feel good. Once you're looking good, feel good. Get a haircut, get your hair done, nails cut, nails did. Yeah, but just making sure you really take your appearance seriously. Because how you look, how you feel about yourself when you look yourself in the mirror and you say, man, I look good today. And now you go outside, now people are looking at you like, yeah, they're looking at me because I look good. Not looking at me because, man, I might not insecure on me. They're looking at me because I look good. And that's the kind of confidence you need to step out the house with. And that's going to help you dominate as well. But like I said, that was a bonus. But yeah, confidence. So the fourth thing you need to focus on is, honestly should have been number one, is focus on your faith, building that relationship with God. In this life, I feel like we get so busy. It's like, man, we got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. And then you just forget to spend time with God, forget to spend time in prayer. So that's why that's the first thing I do. The first thing I wake up, I pray. I thank God for the day. I might not read a full Bible passage, but I might start off with a couple of verses just to start my day. I might start with some Psalms. Psalms 23 is one that's, very good if you're a starter. Psalms 23, very, very good. But, I just start off with my word just to make sure I'm getting closer to God. Because I think the problem is that, I'm not going to say that I had, is that Every time something's going wrong or things are not going my way, the first thing I'm gonna do is pray. Like, God, I hope you do this. I need help with this. But it's like that shouldn't be your relationship with God. Relationship with God should be every day coming to Him when things are going good. Thank you, God. Thank you for this. Because so many things are going good in your life. And then the only time you want to go to God is when you're complaining about things not going right. And that's not a relationship you want to have. God's going to love you regardless, but you want to make sure that you are thanking Him every single day, praying Him for protection over the things you're going through so these things will happen. And then the more you read your Bible, you're going to understand why certain bad things happen. God lets certain bad things happen for you to learn a lesson so you can have greater. I just went to church today. They were talking about our life is going to be full of mountains and valleys. You go up and down, up and down. So you might have a really good season, and the next season is really bad. But that bad that you went down with is to learn. So now that you can be ready to get to that next season. But if you're not reading the Bible, you're not going to see those examples. You're not going to understand things like that happen to people in the Bible. So one of the examples in the Bible is the story of Joseph. So I'm not going to break down the whole thing because if I'm talking about scripture, I want to make sure I say it right, and I didn't prepare for all this. But basically, he was just at a point where he was in jail, low moment, and then he was at another point where he was at a high moment, basically controlling a lot of things going on in Egypt. So not comparing your life to that at all, but just know that even though you have low moments, you also can have high moments as well. But you're just going to have to make sure that you are in your word, going to church. We got very lazy with these online churches. Online churches are very convenient. All we got to do is turn them on. But a lot of times we're not paying attention. We're not sitting down. We're on our phones scrolling. We're washing dishes. We're making breakfast. We're doing all this other stuff instead of actually paying attention. So I do want to challenge you is if you do have a church by you, when you listen to this weekend, make sure you actually physically go, physically get that word, fellowship, talk to people around you. I'm getting very big in my faith. So I'm just going to let y'all know right now, a lot of these episodes are going to have a lot of word in it. Okay. But it's a great thing. The reason why this is happening. So I just want to share that with y'all so y'all can start practicing that as well and find a church home that's close to you. You might love this online place that's 5 states down, but it's nothing like finding a church that you can go to, fellowship, talk to the pastors, that's the kind of church that you want. You want somebody that you can actually talk to. If you're going through something, they actually can pray for you. Online churches is cool, but you need to have that fellowship that, you're touching that person. It's all about building that community. So that's what I want to challenge you. That might be a little bigger. That might not be as simple as I said this list was, but you really want to make sure you're actually building that community and getting that better relationship with God. The 5th habit that you need to pick up so to make sure you dominate this year is to learn how to budget. So not only, man, being a penny pincher like here, oh man, we can't spend this. We only could spend $10 today. We only could spend 25. That's not the kind of budget I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a bigger vision of a budget. So really understanding your numbers, looking at how much money you're making, how much money you're spending. Look at your automatic bills, the things that just come in automatic, like your subscriptions, your Netflix, your Amazon Prime, your HBO Max, your gym memberships, your subscriptions to give you, I don't even know if they do magazines anymore, but things like that. Look at the things that are actually automatically coming out and find out what things you can actually cut off. Because you'll be surprised, you're spending a lot more money on things that are automatic bills that you don't need. So start with that when I talk about budgeting. It's really looking at what you're spending your money on and being able to cut back to work on saving. Because a big thing about, budgeting, you want to make sure you have money. So right now you want to control before you look for other ways to get money, before you look for doing overtime, getting a second job, find out what you're spending your money on, because you might realize that your expenses are way up here and your income is down here. So bring them expenses down, then work on bringing your income up. But don't be it like this, and now you're just trying to get more income, because the more income you get, more your expenses are going to go up. More income, more expenses come up. And now y'all can't see it because it's off the screen right now. But really look at what you're spending your money on and making budget of what you want to start spending stuff on. What I've been doing is making a budget on looking at my income, looking at how much money I want to save, how much money I want to invest, tithing 10%. 10%, that's simple. That's a non-negotiable. Whatever that check is, times 0.10, send that to the church. Yeah, just pretty much make a budget because basically for the new year, let's say you have like different goals. You want to, get a house. You want to get a new car. You want to go on a vacation, right? We have all these big old things on our vision boards of what we want to accomplish, but we have no idea of how that's going to happen. So a simple thing is a budgeting, seeing what you're spending your money on. You might be spending $200 a month on stuff you don't need, and that can be your money used for the down payment on the house, or the money used for the vacation, or the money used for the down payment on the car, or the money used for anything you could kind of think of, the money used for a camera that you want to use because you want to be a content creator. You know what I mean? So many things that we can actually do what we have on our vision board, but you kind of want to break them down. And that actually brings me down to my sixth and last point is that you want to set weekly and monthly goals. So we all have 2025. I don't know. We want a house. We want a car. We want a promotion. We want all these things, but we have no idea how we're going to get there. The vision board is cute. I did a vision board. I love it. My wife did a vision board. She loves it. We love that thing, but you have to really break it down and make that big goal smaller. So one thing that I like to do, I like to do the 12-week year, because instead of just thinking about it, it's just a big old, 12 months, 365 days. I break that thing down to 12 weeks, and it helps me really stay super disciplined. So you don't have to do that, but I do advise to say have a goal each week, have a goal each month. So let's say, for example, your goal for the new year is to lose 20 pounds, right? Don't just look at it like, man, that 20 pounds is a big number. I've been this certain weight for all this time. That's hard. Break it down week by week. So that first week, you might just want to cut down on eating certain things. Start planning your diet. You don't got to start right away. You can make that plan. That plan is just as important as actually doing it. So I'm going to work on making a plan, how many days I want to exercise, what I want to eat. The second week, you could start walking. Okay, I'm going to start by walking. I'm going to start by eating healthier. Instead of going out, I'm cooking all my meals. The third week, you can start with YouTube videos where, I bought my weights, I bought my yoga mat, and I'm doing stuff in the house. Fourth week, just keep slowly moving it up and doing more. And at the end of the year, instead of 20 pounds, you're going to find out you lost 30 pounds. It's because you actually made a game plan and you're staying on top of it and you're reviewing it each time. So it's like I said, it's very simple steps that can actually change your life. So it's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. It's small things and do them a little bit at a time. I'm not saying to do nothing out of the ordinary. The first thing was what? Cut down your time on your phone. That's something that's simple. You spend so much time on it, cut it down. Let's say you look at your screen time, you see you spend 3 hours a day on your phone. Cut it down to 2 hours and 30 minutes. I didn't say cancel it out. Cut it down a little bit. The second thing I said, wake up early. Not wake up an hour early, not wake up 2 hours early. Don't wake up at 4 o'clock like me. Wake up 15 minutes. Instead of setting your alarm for 8, set it for 7:45. 30 minutes, 7:30. And find a morning routine that you can actually stick with and actually do things. And then also have a night routine so you're able to wake up that a little earlier, right? So let's say you go to bed at 11 o'clock and now you're going to wake up 15 minutes early. Go to bed 10:45, 10:30. So now you have that extra energy to do things. And then when we talk about energy, you want to make sure you are physically fit, taking your health seriously, eating better, going to the gym. That's all I could think about. Eating better, going to the gym. And then the next thing that we had was faith, making sure you have a church home, making sure you're reading the Bible, getting in the Word. And if you're not in the Word at all, start with the online churches. I know I said I'd rather you get into the church, but if you're not into it at all, start with the online church. Take your time. You're taking small little steps to get where we want to be. Okay. The next one, the fifth one, is budget. Budget. Make sure you're looking at your bank statements, what you're spending money on, understanding how much money you're actually making. We just look at that big check and say, oh man, I got money in my account. See where that money's going. What are your automatic payments going to? You have automatic subscriptions to things you don't need. You don't need the Netflix thing without the commercials, the super HD. I cut that down. I'm paying I think it's $7.99 a month for the commercials. They was trying to charge me $23 a month. That's crazy. I don't need $23 coming out of my bank account. Cut that down to $7. You don't need HBO Max, right? You don't need Peacock. Remember Peacock? I bought Peacock just to watch Bel-Air. When Bel-Air was done, I was still getting charged for Bel-Air. I said, you know what? Get rid of Peacock. And I didn't even watch the second season because I said, I don't need another bill. Look at you're spending money on stuff that you don't even use. Cut all that stuff out. And the last one is make a game plan. Small steps. Your weekly plan, your monthly plan, break it down. Don't look at the big picture. We want to make sure it's broken down. And then I got a bonus for y'all. I know I've been having bonuses all day, but the bonus is to learn something new. This is a new year, right? You want to always be growing. I always talk about growth. We don't want to stay stagnant. We want to grow. So push yourself to learn something new. When I went to Mexico with my wife for our honeymoon, it was just so crazy. Every time we went somewhere, they would ask, "Do you speak Spanish?" And I was just like, why do they keep asking me this? Like, I don't look Spanish, I'm black, but they just always ask, do you speak Spanish? And the more and more I heard that, and I'm like, I wish I did. I really wish that in Spanish class, I took it seriously and I was actually able to learn it. I got a D. That's the best I could do. I went to Spanish 3 and I was like, I can't do this. And I stopped. I never thought about picking it up in my adult life, but going there made me really think like, man, I should have learned this. This is something that I might want to learn, especially as I continue traveling, go around the world. Like all these people in these countries, they speak Spanish, but they have to learn English for their job. Like we don't have to, we're spoiled. We don't have to learn any other language. You just learn English and we're good to go. But these other countries have to learn our language just to communicate with customers, which is crazy. So that's something that I've been really thinking. I really had that on my mind to say, if I learn something new, it might be Spanish. But think of something for yourself. What is something that you've always wanted to do? And, do it. If you want to learn how to swim, take swimming classes. It's not that hard. I love swimming. It's great. I've been doing this podcast for a while, learning how to record myself, speak on this mic, do speeches. You can learn how to, be a photographer, be a videographer, buy a camera, pick it up. Think of stuff that you always wanted to do, but you were probably too scared to do it. This is the perfect time. When you got a new year, you got a fresh start to do something new. And you never know, you might be good at it. I never thought I'd be good at talking to a camera, talking to myself for how long I've been recording now. 40 minutes or so? I never thought I can, do that, but I'm doing it now. So learn something new. That's my last final point. Think of something you can do that's going to be beneficial, something, I don't know. You got to figure it out. Your life, you figure it out. I'm going to figure it out if I want to do Spanish or not. And if it is, I'm going to do a whole episode in Spanish. That's going to be. Now I'm just joking. But hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Hopefully these little habits were able to help you change your mindset and be able to get right for this new year, be able to dominate this year. And you don't have to do all 6. Like this is why I really want to make sure this was making sure let you know this is simple. These are simple habits, but you don't have to do all of them. I gave you 6. You can every 2 months, you could do another one. Every month you could do another one and do a new one. So you could start off with your budget. You can start off with the next month, your faith. You can do your fitness. You don't have to do all at one time. Take your time. 12. I say 12 years. 12 years. 12 months is a long time. Every single month you could break it down to different little things you want to do, and then the end of the year, you're a whole new person, and you end up adding learning something new. Right? I remember the year. I know I'm talking a lot. I'm about to end the episode. I remember the year that I learned how to edit videos. I was starting this YouTube channel because I already had another page, but I was starting this YouTube channel and I was like, man, I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to do something different. I always wanted to get on YouTube. I want to learn how to edit videos because at that point I was a music producer and all I had was just my beats on there. I never had my face. And I said, I want to start putting my face on here to show the world that, I'm more than just beats. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna learn how to I'm gonna learn how to edit videos. And it took me about a weekend. I was just watching a bunch of videos, watching what program to use, and I learned how to do it. And to the point now where it's like I can teach other people how to do it because I learned that. People look at my videos and say, "Oh, you're so great at editing." I wasn't always there. I wasn't always that great. So make sure that you really think about it because the one thing that you can learn, that's what you could be known for. Because years ago, is no way I would have somebody would have said, "Hey, Jelan, you're gonna be the minute you learn how to edit videos, you're gonna be so nice. People are gonna be asking to edit their videos." I never would have thought that ever, but just because I tried to do something new. And the last thing, make sure y'all take your Christmas trees down. Make sure y'all take your decorations down. You just lazy. I'm passing down one of my neighbor's house and they still got their Christmas stuff up. Take the trees down. Take the decorations down. You were just lazy. But that's it. hopefully y'all hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. Again, my name is Jelan Abrams. This is Unknown and Talented. Please like, subscribe, leave in the comments your thoughts on this episode. Which habits are you going to choose to be able to add to your year to make it a dominant year? And if you're going to do everything, tell me how it goes. You listen to this, come back a month later, come back 2 weeks later, a week later. Tell me how that actually went. Tell me, are you really seeing an improvement? Or you like, Jelan, man, forget all that stuff you're talking about. Let me know how things are changing because that's my goal. My goal is to help one person. That's it. I'm not here to save the world. I'm not here to help 50,000. It's just one person. And that one person could be you. But I'm out of here. Like, comment, subscribe. Unknown and Talented, Jelan Abrams. We out.